Let's talk about the episode. Let's talk about the episode. So, we got Vivian out of her right mind, partially in her right mind, or she just trying to go to the sanitarium on a free ride and escape all charges. First of all, Vivian, you was hot and cold about keeping these twins. Then Ivan somehow convinced you that this is the right thing to do. This is revenge for Stephen. Go ahead and raise the twins. And slow Salem days, we think it's the next day. It just be the beginning of the day, or days be so long you forget what day it is in Salem. Is it night, morning, or whatever? So how you got attached to them kids that quick that you don't want to give them up? Once Avon told you what was going down after you turned down his background noise, calling himself trying to distract you with the loud noise that Eli and Lonnie was up there in the room banging and beating on the door, telling y'all to let them out of there. So once she calmed that noise down and basically told you that, yeah, this adoption, those kids is not in the up and up. I kind of kidnapped them. I had a dummy that kidnapped them from the nursery and basically got him to you. So yeah, ain't no papers in needed, none of that involved. Basically, I gave you some free kids. The revenge you wanted against Lonnie, I basically gave that to you on the silver platter. And I know you wasn't cool with it or whatever though, but it's safe. I promise you, you got nothing to worry about whatsoever. These kids are basically yours. You went from cold to hot, I want the kids. Then once you realized Eli and Lonnie was up there, were upstairs in the room locked up there once you turned down his noise, you went to, oh, that's Eli and Lonnie. You was against it for 2, 3, 5 minutes. Then you decide to pull out your gun and say, okay, fine, let's settle this. I want to keep the twins. I still owe her for the Stephen death. So let's go up here and handle some business. Besides Ivan following you up there to make sure you wouldn't get jumped or attacked, he stays down there talking about he gonna teach the twins different languages or whatnot, playing with the twins. You come back downstairs in handcuffs. Vivian, you might love to kill people. You might love to harm people. I guess you think nobody's scared of you or whatever. But did you really think you held the chance? All they had to do was wait for you to open that door and jump on your head. That's probably exactly what they did. But if I was lying, I would have pinched you or something. Just for making me be locked up in this room. Just the 24 hours I was up here, I would have pinched you I would have been pinching your arm, left a bruise on your arm or at least something. And I would have poked him in his eye. Cause this was your idea. I would at least had to do something to both of them, at least one of them. And I wouldn't have cared if I would have got away with it or not. I would have had to pinch and hit Ivan across the back of his head or something. I would have had to do something. Linus sitting up there, can't sleep, can't eat. Like I said, crying her little eyes out. We got Eli, the concerned dad. Don't know what's going on with his twins. Don't know if his twins alive, being well fed. Don't know where they at. After all that pain and suffering, you mean to tell me ain't there one of y'all hit them or pop them? Oh no. My newborn twins come up missing. I'm getting ready to take them home. It been a few days and I ain't seen my twins. And now I'm finally this close to my twins. And I ain't gonna give nobody a little quick little pinch or a little quick little in their face. Eli and Lonnie, y'all better than I ever be, because I would have had to slap at least one of them. I wouldn't have cared if Vivian was a man. I wouldn't have cared if Vivian was a woman. I would have had to put my hand across her face. You know how torturing and nerve-wracking that is to have 2 newborns alive, well, and kicking. I already had one deceased, and I got 2 in the price of 1, And then they come up, men say don't know where they at, none of that. And you mean to tell me that now one of y'all tried to at least, leave a bruise somewhere on them, or at least, do something to them, kick them in the shins or something? Like I said, Eli and Lonnie, y'all better than I ever be, but I would have had to at least pinch, poke, or something. Then the Vivian. Now, Slow Salem PD, this is why I say that Vivian finna get away with this. Why of all people? First off, you started off wrong. Eli decide I got the twins. They home safe. Lonnie got them. My mom here. They fine. They cool. Let me take myself down there to the police station. I want to be the one interrogating Vivian. Even though you too close to home when it comes to this case, you still want to be involved. Besides letting Rave or somebody else take over, you got to be hands on. You got to be hands on, and you got to get this confession out of her. So you realize Vivian was playing cuckoo. You decide to let Kate come up with this grand ideal, and tell her, yeah, she playing crazy. We ain't gonna get nothing out of her. I mean, I tried. She playing cuckoo. I ain't got the time. I got twins. Let me go on back home. Kate, if you want to give it a whirl, I'm gonna take your advice and let you give a whirl. That's your second mistake. So you got somebody that's not a police official or anybody official in the law, um, intimidating the witness, um, all that bad stuff that you don't need when it comes to a high profile case like Vivian in the first place. Tampering with the witness, all that stuff. I can't think of it now. It might come to me later on. I might bring it back up again. But yeah, Kate was a bad idea to bring in the interrogation room. And y'all need to be slapped for that one. Why would y'all have Kate in there? They don't get along. Of course, Kate gonna do what she got to do to try to get a confession. Better yet, try to make her snap out of this crazy fit she in. So Kate down with the cause. Kate gonna do whatever she got to do. Even if that mean grabbing Vivian, choking Vivian, doing stuff. Want to attack her. I mean, why would y'all have her in there in the first place? Then on top of it, she managed to make her crack out of her crazy by playing along with Stephen, cause she didn't act like she didn't know Stephen. She didn't know Kate. Then she want to talk about her twins, even though she too old to be talking about twins and her kids. She want to go home to feed them and all this other good stuff. So yeah, that was a bad idea. I don't know why y'all want to do that, Rafe. I don't know why you allowed Eli. I don't know why you allowed her. You should have told her absolutely not, but you decided to let her go ahead and take a crack at it. Now, don't be surprised if she managed to get away with her good lawyer that she's gonna hire. And the fact that you was in there, then Kate was in there doing her little do what she was in there doing, yeah, that attorney gonna use that to his advantage. She ain't have no lawyer present. Y'all intimidating the witness. Y'all, all that other good stuff that comes with that wasn't even official. Cause y'all needed to crack her out of her crazy. So yeah, y'all have fun with that one. Y'all not gonna get Charlie because Charlie too arrogant and cocky at the moment. Ava, that's your son. I know you somewhat love him somewhere, deep down inside. Yeah, I don't think y'all gonna get a confession out of him. I don't think he too cocky and arrogant for me. And yeah, going down there seeing Ava in the hospital, that wasn't a good idea, Charlie. If only you would have kept your hands around Ava's neck a little bit while longer and not released it and not release your hand, they might have would have got you then. Cause you was also intimidating the witness. You was also caught assaulting the witness. The same victim that you had locked up in your room, tied to a chair. Yeah, they could have used that against you. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna get Charlie neither. Um, um, Claire. I hope you're not crazy enough to believe none of Charlie crazy. I hope you're not crazy enough to believe any of that he finna feed you. He already talking about some you the love of his life. He gonna have you in his life. He's claiming his son calling you grandma, but you already told him that you gonna do everything in your power to make sure he goes down for this. We already know the London police not gonna prosecute him, so that leave us with the Ava situation. And good luck trying to prove that with Ava, her background, her son, all that other good stuff. I mean, we already know the same, the same stuff Tripp got, he's gonna get it. So that's also gonna work against his business, work against him. Well, they're gonna work with him because we already know the same ride that Tripp was read by Roman, Nicole, Allie, all those people that are little kids run around there with a knife. If he get that same treatment, it's over for y'all. Because we already know the Brady's, the Hortons, and all of them is not gonna sit down. They believe in taking the law into their own hands. They always have been and they always will be. So if he get any of this Tripp was getting, he got a slam dunk on getting away with that, because if Lucas decides want to pick up another knife and try to run behind somebody, if Allie decides she want to get a gun and call herself threaten somebody private parts again, or better yet, if we have Nicole call herself trying to scare somebody into a confession, because we know she gonna do that with no doubt in her mind. She already said he got away with this, but he's not gonna get away with this if it's up to her. So we already know they're just circling around now looking for Charlie, and it's only a matter of time before they do what they did exactly to Tripp. So I see him getting away too. And I don't see him getting prosecuted for this at all neither. Kayla and Steve, the surprise wedding, it was beautiful. I'm glad they're back on track. I'm glad Tripp was clear. Um, have Kayla even apologized to Tripp yet about accusing him of being so hard on him and believing Allie in her lies? Have Kayla even, tried to apologize to him, even though she's smiling and happy he there, and this little surprise wedding? Has she? I don't think I remember her apologizing to him, but we just gonna. It was beautiful. Kayla, you say you're never gonna let him go. We'll see, because you divorced him the last time, but now y'all getting remarried. I'm hoping this time stick with y'all. Y'all are a great couple. Don't know why y'all wait. Did they get divorced because of the Stefano thing, or I don't even remember why they got divorced, but okay. Y'all married, stay married. I'm just gonna put that out there. Y'all married, stay married. Do not get no more divorce in y'all future. Kayla said this the last time she ever gonna do this because she love you and she never gonna let you go this time. Okay, we'll see. But it was a nice wedding. It was a nice little pop-up wedding anyways. Now that we on the family and now that we on family bloodlines and ties, let's jump to the Deborah Rose and the Hortons. Gwendolyn, Jack might try to save you, but he's unable to save you. All that you did coming into town to Jack, Abigail, Jennifer, all of that, poisoning Abigail, that might come back to bite you in your behind, because you couldn't control yourself nor help yourself. You had to grab that woman by the wrist. Of course, that woman gonna do the natural thing and try to pull away from you. Unfortunately for her, she managed to slip out of you. Not only slip out of you, managed to slip up and bust her head and fall on the ground. So that's gonna work against you. I'm kind of 50-50. I'm kind of 50-50 if they're going to get a conviction from you or not. You know, it would be kind of, well, I can't say it's going to be funny or hilarious if they get you. And now that you got Jack on your side now, you kind of put this on yourself, grabbing that woman the way she did. And Jack, if you think about it, this kind of on you. This is why Abigail didn't tell her who done all this to her, because she was in fear that this was going to happen. This is exactly why she did what she did and didn't say the person that actually did this. You know this can fall back on you for naming the person that actually did this to Gwen. Even though it's not your fault, well, your fault technically, but if you want to look at it that way, if you would have never named Laura, she would have never got the chance. Well, Laura was heading to her room anyway, so really we can't blame you because Laura was on a clean tour trying to an apology tour, so she was gonna find out regardless, so we can't really blame you for this. She was coming in anyways, and she basically told on herself, wanted to clear her conscience, so we can't really blame you for this. We can't really blame Gwen for this for trying. You know, you got a fresh start. You wasn't gonna take the fresh start anyways, because you already said, well, Jack already told you, the order for me to be in your life, you're gonna have to leave Abigail and his family and your family alone. You told him you would think about that, but you still had revenge in the back of your mind, even though you want to claim Jack as your father and you want him in your life, but you was too stuck on the negative and couldn't focus on the positive, or focus on you might have lost your mother, but you had a new family that you could be enjoying spending time with. All the time you lost with, you know, you could have been making up for lost time besides going after the revenge thing and trying to hurt or harm them, but you couldn't let that go. And then you also showed your true emotions and true feeling by doing what you did to Laura, grabbing her by her wrist and wouldn't let that woman go. She only did the natural thing that she knew what to do, try to pull away from you. Um, but yeah, look what that did for her. And Jack, you was there for her. I mean, you can only save her for so long. Maybe she'll find a way to get out of it. But what the history and how she came into town, Trash gonna be all over that, and Trash might end up winning this time around with the Gwen situation. Now I don't know if she gonna win with the Charlie situation or the Vivian situation, even though those should be slam dunks, and she only like the winning cases. She don't really fool around with the losing cases. So we're gonna see where her mindset at with that. But well, depending on how she play ball, she might actually got Gwen on the silver platter if she play her cards right. And if y'all go by the law. But we'll have to wait and see about that and see how that plays out. Romeo and Juliet, do I have time for them? Oh, Abigail and Chad. Abigail and Chad. Then I guess we'll close it out with Romeo and Juliet. Um, Abigail, I'm glad you said what you said to Chad. I'm willing to move in. I'm willing to try all over again. But look, I got conditions. I'm going to be in another room. You still going to be in our bedroom. We are going to counseling for you can get over the past and move on with the future. I'm glad you said all of that. I'm glad you just didn't run and jump back in his arms. He don't deserve that, but I'm glad you saw him straight and told him, look, I'm willing to try. I'm willing to put in the work. If you willing to put in the work, we're going to do counseling. We're going to help you forget about the past and focus on the future. We're going to do all of that, counseling, all of that. So I'm glad you did say all that and you just didn't jump back in the bed with him just like that, even though Julie already celebrating, but y'all back together, but not really. Y'all sleeping in separate bedrooms. So I'm glad Abigail said that. When she said that, I couldn't agree more. I was clapping and cheering her on. why she was saying that we need counseling. You need to get over yourself. You need to get over that what happened in the past and move on away from it. And don't think I'm gonna sleep with every man I see. So I'm glad we got that out of the air. Romeo and Juliet. Um, I don't know what to say about it, but we gonna go ahead and start it off, I guess. Hopefully Ciara escapes this time around. She got the phone. Ben, I don't know why you were so hesitating to answer that phone, even though that was a good call for you. But you were so scared to answer the phone, and I don't know why, when you should have been running, jumping to that phone, but you decided to hesitate and act like you didn't want to answer the phone. Um, the Romeo and Juliet stuff. It was kind of creepy for me because we all know how Romeo and Juliet ended. So I don't know why they'll both be dreaming of that, and Ciara dreaming of it, and and Rose had a date. He left his phone there. Ciara calls Ben. Hopefully, well, I don't know. I don't know why she would call him, but okay. The call can be traced by the police. You know, like I said, everything in that situation goes so wrong, but I hope everything goes so right. Ben and Ciara need a break. So, they didn't been alone for, they didn't been apart for some long time now. Um, I think they need to cut them a break, and hopefully this Ciara exit plan and away from Rose and back into Ben's heart before, Salem and the writers decide to get bright ideas, putting Ben and Claire together and putting Rafe and Nicole together. So yeah, I want that to stop right there. So hopefully this Ciara jail, no. I was gonna say her free jail card to go, but hopefully this her exit plan, and hopefully this her get out of jail free card, and she can get back to being before y'all for they have any bright ideas, especially the writers. So anyway, so y'all, that was the episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye. See y'all later. Enjoy the rest of y'all night and have a good weekend. Bye.